What's happening, guys? Welcome to another episode. It finally happened. I got the wheels and tires mounted up for the Mini, and the wide body setup is good to go, and I'm ready to install it on the car. Now, the only reason why I've been waiting is because I didn't have my tires mounted on my wheels. I finally got that done. I brought it down to one of my buddies that works at Acura, and since they have the new Acura NSX, they got all new tire mounting, tire balancing machines, and the equipment that they have is unbelievable. The machines that they have, they don't have to touch the wheel at all other than bring the tire on the wheel. All they do is they press a button with their foot, and the entire thing mounts the wheel, pumps the air up, does everything all by itself. If you guys are curious and you want to get yours done, the Acura in St. Catharines is where I got mine done, and they did a killer job. Not a single wheel was scratched, and it looks perfect. Now, as for the wheels, I'm ready to take off the stock ones, and I'm ready to mount the aftermarket ones on. So these stock ones are 215s on a 7-inch wide wheel. The wheels and tires that I have are 255s on an 8.5-inch wide wheel. So I want to do a couple things other than just swapping over the wheels and tires. Now, I first want to see what the weight difference is between the wheels that I have mounted on there, which are a set of BBSs, versus the new ones that I have. Now, I'm kind of expecting them to be slightly heavier only because I have much more tire and much more wheel. But at the same time, they're very lightweight, so I don't think it's going to weigh that much more. If it weighs a pound or two at most, I'll be very content with the weight difference, because the traction gain that I'm going to be getting from my new wheel setup is completely night and day difference from the ones that are currently mounted on the car. On top of that, the fitment difference between the wheels that I have mounted now versus the ones that I am mounting should take care of the gap from the fender flares to the wheel. So right now the wheels are sinking into the fenders, and with the new ones, that is going to be fixed. I want to take this wheel off by removing each one of the lug nuts found on here, and then I'm going to put this wheel on a scale. So what I have right here is my DeWalt impact gun with an adapter and my 17-inch socket to take this out. With all 4 lug nuts removed, we can take the wheel off and put this on our scale. The first wheel that we're going to be measuring is the BBS RK with our 215 Michelin tire on here. This has the proper amount of air in it, and it currently reads 39 pounds on our scale. Next up, we have our Apex wheel. It's the same overall diameter, but we have a lot more metal on our wheel because it's wider, and we have 40 millimeters of extra rubber found on this tire. So this weighs, from the looks of it, 43 pounds. So we have 4 pounds difference between this wheel and tire setup and our other one that was stock. Now, for that 4 extra pounds per corner, we're going to see a total of 16 pounds on the car. However, this is rotational weight, so it is going to affect the car a little bit negatively. However, because of the extra traction that we're going to be getting with this setup, it is well worth that extra couple pounds. I did my math calculations beforehand, and the way that everything looks, the offset on the inside and the outside with our new wheel is going to be perfect. So with an 8mm spacer and this wheel, we should be able to safely run this inside the wheel. We're not going to stick past the fender flare, and we're not going to come in contact with the strut on the inside part. So let's give this a shot. Slide that on there. And then we can use those 4 lug nuts that we were using before to mount this up onto the car. So you're first going to want to thread them on, just a couple threads by hand to make sure they're on properly. Once you have all 4 done, I'm going to grab my impact gun and tighten this up. Now, my impact gun doesn't tighten more than about 60 foot-pounds of torque, so I can reef on this and it's not going to go past the torque spec for each bolt. And there we have it. Now, before we go ahead and drive this on the road, I want to get my torque wrench, torque all these up, and this should be good to go. As for the fitment though, I want to take the rear wheels off, swap them over, and then throw this down on the ground. And then I want you guys to be the judge and tell me what you guys think of this fitment. With the car now supported by just the jack, we can take it out and we can see how low the car actually sits on the ground and see the clearance between the wheel and the fenders. taking a look at the front fender, we can see that the tire is poking out a little bit past the fender. Now I'm still running an 8mm spacer up front, so if I want, I can take that out to correct that. And that's actually what I think I'm going to do, because it doesn't look like it's sticking out by much. If I take that spacer out, it looks like it's going to be like perfectly flush in the fender with this wheel and tire setup. The rear, on the other hand, is sticking out a little bit more from the looks of it. But again, I'm running spacers in the back, so if I want to correct this, all I need is a smaller spacer, and then it's going to be perfectly flush, and the wheel's going to be good to go. The fitment looks friggin' awesome though. I'm really excited. I'm going to show you guys a video of this car in the daytime, because from the back of it, all that you see looking at the front is a fat, meaty tire and a really aggressive tread. It's really hard to tell at nighttime, but I'll definitely take the car out tomorrow and show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. Okay guys, so here's the Mini. She's outside with the new wheels and tires on. Now, before I actually took the car out, I removed the spacers, so I now no longer have the 8mm spacer up front, and in the rear, I no longer have the 25mm spacer. But the difference is, well actually there's not really a difference, but what's happening is the rear, I still have a little bit of camber, negative camber that I need to sort, so I need to push that back out, and that will actually correct the fitment in the back. Now I'm not sure if you guys can hear that, but as soon as I turned the car on today, the car started to misfire, and it's misfiring in cylinder 4. Now I have a kind of idea as to what the problem is. I already moved around the coil packs, the spark plugs, and everything to try and find out what the issue is, and if I'm not mistaken, what these Mini Coopers are very notorious for is carbon buildup found in the cylinder head, and that's actually going to resolve my problem. The car will occasionally idle at a decent RPM, and then it'll fluctuate. That's the misfire in cylinder 4. So what I'm noticing is that when it's at idle and when I actually accelerate the car hard, that's when it misfires. When I'm regularly just like slowly revving up the car a little bit, it doesn't misfire at all, okay? So right now it's misfiring. And it's not now. Only at very slow RPMs. Okay, but when I accelerate rather quickly, it misfires. It kind of sounds like a Subaru when I rev it out like that. I swear to God, this car hates me. I love how right after you get basically everything sorted out in the car, something always has to go wrong. So I was basically ready to go to drive this thing until I had the damn misfire. Like even at this point, I still can't push the car and see what these tires are capable of. Now, I'm gonna be fixing that issue relatively soon because I wanna get this thing going, and I'm gonna show you the process of cleaning out each one of your intake ports. So since I have carbon buildup found on each one of my cylinders, on all the ports on there, I'm gonna show you how to clean those up safely and the proper procedure. I called up BMW to see what they charged. They were asking over $1,000 to get that done. So I was like, okay, screw that. I spent 120 bucks, bought the tools that I need, and I should be able to get this all done myself. I absolutely love it when you fix one problem, you get it sorted, and then you have another damn problem happening. So I have the wheels done, the suspension I need to sort out, so I need to get in alignment, I need to change the ride height, change the dampening, all that stuff, so that these wheels and tires are gonna be good. However, like the wide body essentially, or the wide body fender flares, as you guys hate the term wide body, is basically done. Now I need to paint them, I need to paint up the fenders, but I mean, that can wait till another time. That's not really a priority. I first want to get this thing going before any of that happens. Now the one thing that's really nice about this is I like how much meat you can see of the tire by even just looking at the car from like head on. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys this. Look at how wide that looks. Look at the meat you see. You can see so much tire, and like even from the side of the car. The shadow's not really helping, but you can see so much tire in the back, and you can see the exact same kind of thing from the front. When you're looking at it from this way, everything down here, where is it? Everything down here is all tire. It's sick. Now, do I know how well this car drives yet? No, I don't, because it's legit problem after problem. But hopefully, fingers crossed, after this cylinder head problem, all of that is going to be fixed. I can drive the car, and actually I can, well, enjoy it, because I've done a ton of mods to this thing, but I haven't exactly been able to drive it yet. I haven't been able to enjoy all those mods that I've put on the car. So now it's time to have fun. Beautiful weather out. Today would be an ideal day to go out and have some fun with this thing, but unfortunately, that's not exactly in the books. If you guys want to check out the products that I used today in this video regarding the wheels or the tires or whatever, check the description box. I'll have links directing you if you guys want to check that out. You guys can see exactly what I got. Otherwise, guys, if you have any questions regarding this video, throw them down in the comment section below, and I'd be more than happy to help. Again, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.